Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here. And today, guys, I am here to talk about this little Kickstarter book called Jane America by my buddy Jason Douglas. Now, let's talk about Jason Douglas a little bit before we get into this actual book. You know Jason Douglas from his first book, Parallel, and I'll put a couple of them over here. I have both copies of the ones I'm showing you. A great book, really engages your mind and makes you think about a lot of different things at once. And just a great, fun story. Now, how I met Jason Douglas is he ended up reaching out to me when I was starting a live show. Someone had recommended me to him, and we connected. He came on, and he was my first guest on In the Hot Seat with the Usual Suspects. And I couldn't have had a better guest to kick that show off in such a spectacular fashion. He certainly filled his time. He gave lots of information, but more importantly than that is after that show, I mean, we all hit it off, so we stayed and became friends. And Jason Douglas is just a solid dude all around. Someone I'm proud to call friend. Someone I'm happy to back in whatever endeavor he engages in. So this is not an unbiased review. I am an admitted fan of Jason Douglas. He became a friend, and I enjoy his writing. So take that for what you will. All right. This is a guy that if I pick up the phone and give him a call, he's going to answer. And if I need something, he's going to help me to the best of his ability. And he's going to give me some sage advice. Really good dude, like I said. But let's get into Jane American. When I first started reading this, when I got it, and he's a classy dude. He sent it in Mylar. And with a thank you note. Very classy. Replica war bond. Really cool. And also a replica mock-up of a Western Union message. So some cool little extras thrown in. But as nice as the extras are, I'm about the story. So when I picked up Jane American, and I was excited to crack it open and read it. And I did. I cracked it open. I looked at it. Written by Jason Douglas. Art by Annie Wright, who did a fantastic job on this. It was different, right? Way different than Parallel. And where Parallel engaged my mind in a way that made me think about a lot of different scenarios and about how life plays out and how the decisions you make impact your life. What Jane American did was hit me in the heart. So different organs for different reasons, right? One hits you in the mind, one hits you in the heart. This one definitely hits you in the heart. It pulls at your heartstrings. The main character is based on his grandmother. The other character in here, one of them is based on his grandfather. And I know that his grandfather got to read this before it went to print, and it touched him. Now this book, it's a little thing of beauty. It's thick, and it's a human story. All right, you're not reading a fantastical adventure. You're reading something that's based on humans and emotions and interactions and the consequences of the environment you live in. Jane is very young. This is post World War II, and her father goes away to fight, and he doesn't come back. And then you have this young woman who is forced into more adult roles than she should be for her age. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil this. He's going to have this book at conventions, and if you see him at conventions, go up, buy a copy, shake his hand, tell him Gary sent you, and vouch for him, and that he's a spectacular individual. But where this book succeeds is the story hits you really solidly in the heart. This is a human drama. The characters talk to each other, react to each other in realistic ways. The things that are happening in their lives impact you in a really personal manner because you're experiencing it with them. They feel like friends as you're reading it. And it feels like it could be the family next door or your family. And the way that they care about each other, the way that the community in this cares about each other, and the way things are affected pre-war, during war, and post-war, and how those affect each other's lives is really cool to see. And I can't say it enough. It's a human drama, and the way things changes from a good solid life to a life where things where they are, and them pitching in with the war effort is providing and feeding their family to a little bit of a famine afterward, when those resources that were there to keep you in a job are all of a sudden gone. And how do you react to that? What do you do to keep supplying your family with the things they need? What do you do when you had a role model that you looked up to in your life and they're no longer around, and you're feeling the pressure to live up to the ideals that they instilled in you and that you saw in them that you wanted to replicate and model yourself after? And this is where this story succeeds. And when you're reading this, Jane is a fully realized person. You care about her, you care about the situation she's in, you care about the concern she has with her life and what's going on with her family, and how she can help provide for her family along with her mother. And it's really touching. It really does engage you in the heart. It's not as cerebral a read as Parallel, but it's not supposed to be. This one's supposed to be a very down-to-earth, I think, heartfelt read. That's not to say this is a dumb book. It is not. It's just engaging something different senses, different feelings, and that plays to the strength of Jason Douglas's writing. He can write one book which is intellectual on one level and one that's emotional on another. And now, as smart as the first book is, it has emotional impact in it as well. And as emotional impactful as this one is, it does have intellectual moments that tie you into it. But what a fantastic read. And I've been showing stuff over here. Great characters. And the one thing that you get throughout this whole read is the bond of the community that she lives in. This community that's always looked out for each other, always watched over each other with a motherly, brotherly, big sister, big brother eye, a good neighbor, like a family, and just the trials and tribulations they go through to try to be good to each other during all times, regardless of what it takes. And it is engaging, it is fun, and at the end of this read, on the last page, there's a little something unexpected that'll set you up for the graphic novel that's coming out. Now, I highly recommend it. I love this cover. I had to get this, especially with the propaganda in the background. It's just fantastic. And it's just a great piece of Americana. And this story reads like good old Americana. And it's printed on high quality paper. The colors pop. The art by Annie Wright is amazing. A 21-year-old artist who got her break on a big book like this. And she knocked it out of the park. The emotions that she puts on the faces and the way she conveys emotion throughout the story, coupled with Jason Douglas's writing, really plays through in a fulfilling way. A great read, a great book. And it's not sensationalized in any way. It's just a down-to-earth, heart-tugging story with a surprise ending that makes you want to read the one-shot when it comes out, as any good book with a cliffhanger ending will do for you. But full props to Jason Douglas and Annie Wright and the team that worked on this. You guys did good. There was a few parts in there where I was choking up, and the heart comes through in the read. That's the best compliment I can give it. This book is full of heart. It will tug at you. It will make you care so much about this girl, this woman that she's growing up to be, and just what's going on with her. But that's it, guys. Just a quick non-spoiler review, and just love it. Just like his first book, for different reasons, different engagements. Great work, Jason Douglas. Great artwork, Annie. And that's it for today, guys. Until next time, thank you for watching, and keep it casual.